All right, Shalom Akim. Shalom, Shalom. This is your brother Zakaria Allah, branched out here in Williamsport, Pennsylvania. Come with another lesson through the Spirit, and Lord willing, this be edifying to the Lord. This will be edifying to the Lord's elect. All right. And before I get started with this lesson, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Ruchak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, of whom I've grown in this truth under. Shalom to the Akim out there that's pushing the truth, that's laboring in the word, and that's pushing the gospel of the great kingdom that's soon to come. Shalom to the Akwath that's listening in, that's remaining true to the faith, and remaining faithful and submissive to their husbands and guiding their children. And shalom to the hopeful elect of the 12 tribes that scattered abroad throughout the four corners of the earth. To you Israelite foreigners out there who live among the heathen and who look like those heathen nations. All right, but your lineage goes back to the progenitors of the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel through the line of your fathers. All right, I want to say peace and blessings to you all. Barak Thumb. All right. So I was pretty much this lesson has been sparked by, my little road trip that I had today. You know what I'm saying? And I was just out traveling, and I saw a flag, all right, in middle mast. I saw a flag in middle mast, and I was like, whoa, what is that? You know what I'm saying? And it's one of the big flags in my my city. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've always known it to be at the very top, but it was in the middle in the middle of the mast, and I was like, oh, that's strange. You know what I'm saying? That's very odd. And then as I continued on my trip today, all right, I started seeing, flags everywhere at middle mast. You know what I'm saying? And I asked, I was curious. I was like, okay, this has to mean something. This has to mean something. You know what I'm saying? So I took the time to ask the chat. You know what I'm saying? Went to Chat GPT, and I asked it the question. All right, real quick. All right. So I asked the chat, what does it mean when a flag is lowered to middle mast? And it says when a flag is lowered to half mast, sometimes called half staff in the U.S., is a symbolic gesture of mourning, respect, or distress. All right. Here's a more detailed breakdown. It says, most commonly, flags are flown at half mast to honor the death of a prominent person, such as a national leader, or in remembrance of a tragic event. For example, after the death of a president, government buildings might fly the flag at half mast for several days. Okay, respect or solidarity. Flags may also be lowered to show respect for victims of disasters, terrorist attacks, or significant national tragedies. Official protocol. Traditionally, a flag is first hoisted to the top of the mast briefly, then lowered to halfway, symbolizing that the nation's spirit is lowered in grief. When the period of mourning ends, it is raised to the top again before being fully lowered at sunset. All right. So that's pretty much what I wanted to get. Mourning. All right, mourning. A position of grief or despair, or distress, I should say. You know what I'm saying? And this is going into the breakdown, pretty much the understanding of, the word for straits. All right, the word for straits, I believe it was what was the Hebrew word? Was it Yatazah? Salaki. Let me go and check that out real quick. Bear with me. All right, so the Hebrew word here, All right, and the precept that I wanted to get, Job chapter 20, verse 22. It says, in the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits. Every hand of the wicked shall come upon him. All right, and that word for straits is yatazar. All right, yatazar. It says to press, be narrow, be in distress. Okay, be distressed, be straitened, be vexed, to bind. All right, be distressed, be in distress, be cramped, you know what I'm saying? Be scant, besieged, all right, to suffer distress. So this is what's going on right now, man. You know what I'm saying? And this is very symbolic, all right? And it's very spiritual of the times that we're in. So let's go back. Bear with me. Okay? So, what is America about to experience? America's about to experience extreme distress. All right? Extreme turmoil, extreme extreme feeling of mourning and grief, you know what I'm saying? And so I got a couple of precepts here that I just wanted to grab, you know what I'm saying? This is Isaiah chapter 49. Isaiah chapter 47, excuse me. Isaiah chapter 47. And let's hit verse 1. I'm gonna jump around in this chapter. All right, so Isaiah 47:1, it says, come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Sit on the ground. There is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate. Take the millstones and grind meal. Uncover thy locks. Make bare the leg. Uncover the thigh. Pass over the rivers. Thy nakedness shall be uncovered. Yea, thy shame shall be seen. I will take vengeance, and I will not meet thee as a man. As for our Redeemer, the Lord Yahweh Tazabawath is his name, the Holy One of Yasher Allah. Sit thou silent, and get thee into darkness, O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called the Lady of Kingdoms. You see what I'm saying? In this place, America is no longer being called the Lady of Kingdoms. This place, America, all right, her wickedness is being shown through these, Jeffrey files, these people, their wickedness is on Front Street. The world is turning against them. The world is turning against these small hats, you know what I'm saying, these Amalekites who call themselves JOOs. You know what I'm saying? Everything is backfiring on these devils, man. Everything's backfiring. All right? And this place that has, basically displayed and portrayed itself before the world as this impenetrable force, this what's the word? I guess impenetrable is the best I can do for now. You know what I'm saying? But this force that can never be taken down, you know what I'm saying? The world is seeing that this facade is not something that's been based on truth, based on facts. You know what I'm saying? It may have been true at one point in time, but that's not the case anymore. While all these nations who at one point would never have even thought to stand up to this bully, they're now standing up to it. They're now standing up to this virgin daughter of Babylon, if you will. You know what I'm saying? Verse 6, it says, I was wroth with my people. I was wroth with my people. I have polluted mine inheritance and given them into thine hand. You see what I'm saying? Y'all didn't have any true power in this. You didn't have any true power in the bringing down of the Israelites, man. So-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Indians. You see what I'm saying? You had no power. It was the Lord who gave it to you. It was the Lord who gave us into your hands. You see what I'm saying? It says, thou didst show them no mercy. Upon the ancient hast thou very heavily laid thy yoke. You see what I'm saying? You cared not about the old nor favored the young, man. And the Lord watched all of this. You see? He watched all of this, man. And you're not going to get away with that. Right? The scriptures clearly tell you that the cup is going to pass on to you. Okay? And you're going to be in distress. You're going to be in disarray. You see? Let me see. Verse 7, and thou saidest, I shall be a lady forever, so that thou didst not lay these things to thy heart, neither didst remember the latter end of it. You see what I'm saying? You thought that none of this was going to catch up to you, America. You thought that you was going to continue in this bullshit, all right, for the rest of existence. You see, but that's not how this works. All right? Like the scriptures tell you, there's a time and a season for everything. Right? That's in Ecclesiastes. Okay? Verse 8, it says, therefore, all right, therefore, hear now this, thou that art given to pleasures, that dwellest carelessly, that sayest in thine heart, I am, and none else beside me. I shall not sit as a widow, neither shall I know the loss of children. Okay? Verse 9, it says, but these two things shall come to thee in a moment, in one day, the loss of children and widowhood. They shall come upon thee in their perfection, for the multitude of thy sorceries, and for the great abundance of thine enchantments. You see what I'm saying? For thou hast trusted in thy wickedness. Thou hast said, none seeth me. Thy wisdom and thy knowledge it hath perverted thee. And thou hast said in thine heart, I am, and none else beside me. You see what I'm saying? You thought through your pseudoscience, you was on top. You know what I'm saying? That you could get away with saying that the Israelites are people that's that have low IQs, you know what I'm saying? People who can't who can't do these great and wonderful things like the so-called white man, puff your chest up, pop, 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 you know what I'm saying? I'm the best and I'm the baddest, you know what I'm saying? Bad to the bone type shit. All right, but the world is looking and they're watching. All right, they're watching and seeing how little you have in terms of your influence around the world, man. South Korea is now cussing your ass out. South Korea. You see what I'm saying? All these Arab nations are cussing your ass out. You see what I'm saying? I was listening to Elder Yashawamba's video, and he was touching on the fact that 20 countries are now coming together and saying that we got to put a stop to this whole greater Israel type thing going on. You see what I'm saying? All right, so these devils have been found out, man. You see? These devils are found out. And now now the rest of the world are coming at you. Okay? And it's only a matter of time before this thing reaches its climax. Real soon. Okay? Let's go to Revelations. Revelation chapter 18 and verse. All right, Revelation chapter 18 and verse 4. It reads, and I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues. For her sins have reached unto heaven, and the Most High have remembered her iniquities. Reward her, even as she has rewarded you. All right. And double unto her double according to her works. In the cup which she hath filled, fill to her double. Verse 7. How much she hath glorified herself and lived deliciously, so much torment and sorrow give her. For she saith in her heart, I sit a queen, and am no widow, and shall see no sorrow. Therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death and mourning and famine, and she shall be utterly burned with fire. For strong is the Lord power who judgeth her. You see what I'm saying? All right. And then it goes on to say that all these nations, you know what I'm saying, that was along for the ride with you. All right. They don't want to play ball no more, man. You see what I'm saying? Because they know that you are the centerpiece of all of their distress. And so they're going to bring distress upon you. You see what I'm saying? You are you are the least common denominator, the lowest common denominator of all of their work, of all their woes, their problems, the problems in the world hunger, world famines, you know what I'm saying? Pollution and all that type of shit. All right. You are the least common denominator, meaning that you are the problem. You are the problem. All roads lead to Babylon the Great. You see? So now the world is pointing their finger at you. You see what I'm saying? And you sending all these soldiers over to West Asia, okay? You're sending them there to die. That's what you're sending them there to do. You're sending them there as a sacrifice. You see what I'm saying? This new world order that you bring in, it requires massive sacrifice, and that's what you finna do. You know what I'm saying? And the world sees this wickedness, this debauchery, man. Okay? And it's the prophets that's shaking their hand. Okay, and through the vibration of the words of the prophets that have gone forth through the four winds, okay, now all these nations are pointing their fingers at you. You see what I'm saying? So, you know, it's about to be some real distress going on in Babylon the Great, aka America, man. You know what I'm saying? Real soon, very soon. So I'm gonna cut that there, man. You know what I'm saying? This has been your brother Zakaria Allah. All right, branched out here in Williamsport, Pennsylvania. In closing, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rachak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who rule well and who teach well. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect. Shalom.